Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Red Hair Luffy and today I'm going to be making a video for you guys about how to play this One Piece card game that everybody's talking about. Or if you already know how to play, I'm going to be helping the beginners about becoming a little bit better. Now, I will be making a different video later about for more experienced players about how to get even better then. But for now, let's start with just the beginners. Now, let's begin. What is all this mumbo jumbo? Well, let's get into it. See these 10 cards? Both players will start with 10 of these. These are called Dawn cards. Okay? Both players will start with a 50 card main deck and a 10 card Dawn deck. This will always go to the side. Look at these Dawns. Okay? They'll say on the bottom, your turn, and then this Japanese writing. It probably says Dawn on it. I'm not really sure. But it will always go to the side, and this matters because let's say if you went first, because obviously one player goes first, one player goes second. If you go first, the player who goes first starts with one Dawn. So far so good. Now the player who goes second starts out with two Dawn, and the person who goes first does not get to draw, but the person who goes second does. Now let's say I went first, right? So I already have one Dawn and I didn't get to draw. Now it's my second turn. Well, now, from here on out, I get to put out two Dawn. And I get to draw my card. Let's say I was the person who went second, right? So I already had two and already drew my card. Well, now it's my second turn, so now I get to put out another two. Easy as that. Every single turn, other than the first turn for the first person, you always put out two Dawn. Now, why does this Dawn card, why does that even matter? What is this even for? Like, I know it looks weird and, what is this for? Well, let me tell you. Okay. Dawn is used for playing cards and for making leader cards and character cards stronger. Now, let's start with the easier part first, okay? So let's say I had two Dawn, right? Let's say I went second, so I automatically start with two Dawn. Okay, cool. Well, both players start with a leader card, which my leader card is Smoker. He's a fancy looking card, right? He's a leader. Cool. And we'll get more into leaders in a second, but he's my leader, okay? Both players need to start with a 50 card main deck, 10 card Dawn deck, and a leader card. Okay? And every leader will have a specific color. Okay? There are 6 different colors, which are red, green, blue, purple, black, and yellow. This leader, Smoker, is black. And that matters because if your let's say your leader, like Smoker's black, right? That means I can only have black cards, not just characters, but black cards, because there are different type of cards as well, and I will get to those in a second. But for now, let's say I have two Dawn. Well, let's say I had Idio in my hand, and I wanted to play him. Well, what I do is, since these Dawn are straight up, like straightforward, they're called active. And if I put them sideways, then they're called rested. And so I rested two Dawn to play my Idio. Well, why did I have to rest two Dawn? Well, at the top left, it shows his cost, which is 2. So if he has 2 cost, I have to rest 2 Dawn. Easy as that. Every character card will have a cost. Every character card will have a power number, which is 2000. And they'll have a type, which is on the bottom. If you can't read it, I'm sorry. It says Dressrosa. Easy as that. Every leader card will not have a cost because you already start with the leader on the field. But every leader will start with a power and a life number. This life number matters, and every leader card will start with a specific color. that also matters, which I already told you that already. So why does 5 life matter? So if Smoker has 5 life, that means what you do is you start the game with drawing 5 cards. Both players start with 5 cards in hand. Once they decide that they like the 5 cards in their hands, they will put down as many cards as their leader says from the top of their deck to their life pile, which will be like on the side. So Smoker says 5, so I'll put down 5 from the top of my deck to the life pile. Easy enough. Now let's say I didn't like my hand, right? I drew 5, I didn't like it. Well, I would take those 5 cards, put it to the deck, shuffle again, and then take out the top 5, and then I would have to take, and I would have to keep it. I cannot change again. I would have to keep those cards. And then I would take out the top 5 cards on my deck and put it to the life pile. And now notice how they're face down. You are not allowed to look at those. Later in the game, you can possibly look at those. And what I mean by that is if your opponent successfully attacks your leader, right? So let's get an example for a second here. Let's say they have a character card called Orlumbus. Notice how Orlumbus has 5,000 power. Cool. And Smoker also has 5,000 power. Well, if Orlumbus attacks Smoker, Smoker will lose a life. Now, hold on. The attacking character and or leader will always beat the defending leader or character card. But there is something that the defending player can always do to help them out. Okay? So let's say my Orlumbus attacks their Smoker. Well, the defending player can choose to counter out of this. What does that mean? Well, they could reveal 1 card from their hand, their Idio, and notice how their Idio on the side says counter 1,000. I don't know if you can see that. Counter 1,000. What that means is he reveals it and he shows that he's giving his Smoker 1,000 more power. So now for this one battle, not for the turn, but for the one battle, Smoker is 6,000. So my Orlumbus wouldn't be able to successfully hit Smoker, and that's that. Orlumbus doesn't get KO'd as per the game lingo. It just stays rested, because if you put a character card on the field and then you attack with it, it's called you have to put it sideways, and it's called rested. Whenever you put one thing to note is whenever you put a character card on the field, you cannot attack with it immediately. It does have what some players call summoning sickness, meaning it can't attack the first turn it is played. Now, some characters have an ability called Rush. Now, those characters can attack as soon as they're played, but we can get to abilities later. I think that I'll put that in a video for more advanced players later. Now let's say now something else we can do with Ardon, other than just using it to play cards, but you can actually put them under your leader or character cards, and you can make it stronger. So since you put 2 Dawn under your leader, your Smoker is now 7,000. His attack power is 7,000. So what you can do is you can use him to attack another leader. Let's say my other leader is Crocodile. Notice how a Crocodile is 5,000 power. So if Smoker attacked with 7,000 to my 5,000 crocodile, I would have at least to counter out of it. I would have to at least have 3,000 power worth of counter in my hand, or I would have to use an event card to help me out. Now, I did not mention events yet, and so let me show you what events are. Events are a different type of card. And now all events, no events have power. They're just like sorceries or instants, kind of like for Magic, right? Magic the Gathering, right? Now, if an event doesn't have the word counter on it, then you can only use it for your turn. The events that say counter on it, like on the side over here in the ability description, that's when you can use it on your opponent's turn. But all events have a cost. So this costs 4, so you'd have to tap 4 and then you could play it, right? All events also have a type on the bottom here. It says East Blue. I'm sorry if you can't see that. Straw Hat Crew. Sorry about the blurriness of that. But so far we've dealt with leader cards. We have event cards. We have character cards, and the last type of card, other than the Dawn cards, are stage cards. Now, stage cards you don't really see them too often in One Piece, but they are there. They are used sometimes. Obviously, since this is a cost of 1, every stage card has a cost. So if I had 1 Dawn, I can just rest it and then play the stage card. Stage cards are always placed next to your leader. They always have abilities, they have cost, and they have a type. This is a Dressrosa type card, stage card. So, and they are also part of your main deck. Okay, so let me just reiterate that you have a 10 card Dawn deck. Okay, you have a 50 card main deck, and your leader is not part of that 50 card main deck. And then from the first 5 cards in your hand that you start with, after that, your leader will tell you how many of those cards from the top of your deck will you have to put for your life pile. So Smoker, you need to put 5. So here's 5. But for Trafalgar Law, you need to have 4. So you would actually start with only 4. You don't always start with 5. Some leaders start with different amounts of life. So you need to keep watch out for that. Something else to note is that not all leaders can attack. This leader is Rebecca. Now, she has 5,000 attack. She starts with 5 life, right there, if you see that. But her ability is that she cannot attack. She has other different special abilities, of course, that make up for it, but she can't attack. But Trafalgar Law leader and the Smoker leader can. Most of the leaders in One Piece actually can. It's just that some people choose to play leaders that don't, and that's completely fine because the Rebecca leader is a very good one. So, don't sleep on her for that. So you got your stage cards, your Dawn cards, your leader cards, your character cards, and your event cards. One thing I should mention is that you are only allowed to have 5 character cards on the field per turn. I mean, forever. Like you can only have 5 character cards. Now, if you ever had, let's say that these were 5, right? Like, let's say that these were 5 character cards, right? And let's say you wanted to play one more. What you would have to do is obviously, you would tap your Dawn, so they're active, now they're rested. And you would have to trash one of your character cards, and then you could play a new one. Easy as that. So that's pretty much it. There's nothing more to it. How you win the game is, so let's say that Smoker, he has 5 life, and my opponent is Trafalgar Law, and he attacks me one more time. Let's say I had 0 life now, right? And Trafalgar Law attacks me one more time, and I have no cards in hand to counter out, and I have to take that because he's attacking with 5,000 and I'm defending with 5,000. So that will be a successful hit. Once a player is being attacked and he has 0 life and they can't counter out, then they will lose the game. And it's simple as that. And with the cards in your life, so let's say you got 3, 4, 5. The Smoker life card, here's Smoker life card, right? And let's say Law attacked me for the first time and I chose to take it, meaning like I can't do anything about it, or I chose not to do anything about it. Well, the top card that's face down will go to my hand, not to the trash, but it will go to my hand. So there are, some good things about letting your opponent take away cards from your life, because you're trying to see some new cards. But that's how you play the game. Every single turn you get 2 more Dawn from your Dawn deck, and you get to draw 1 card per turn. That's pretty much it, and there's nothing really else to it. It's pretty simple. I will be making another video for more advanced players to, how to win more and stuff like that. So thank you for watching my video. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe. And please comment. Don't think I forgot about this Japanese structure deck of Luffy. One of you first 100 subscribers will be getting this. So just watch out for that. And as always, I'll see you next time.